Yo, what's up my Poke Peeps? My name is Socrates101 and today we are back with another battle. I know I've been slacking with the uploads a tiny bit, but you know what? We're gonna get the show back on the road. I'm gonna be recording a shitload today. And I actually made a new team. Well, I kinda grabbed it off an RMT. I wanted to do more NU Suspect because that's almost over. And it turns out to be a Trick Room team and it was really enjoyable. I played this first game. This is the first game I used this team and it was amazing. I was just testing it and I figured, you know what, this is upload worthy content right here. So that's what I'm bringing you guys today. This is a replay. This is actually a 43 turn game and predictions back and forth. The entire game is back and forth and the outcome is pretty interesting. Outcome is pretty evident after turn 40, but it was a really good game up until that point. And yeah. So the team basically is Trick Room Gorgeist, mono attacking with Foul Play, quad attacking Mawile, quad attacking with Splash Blade. Never seen a Splash Blade Samurai, but it was a thing. Carbink with the red card, Hariyama with the AV, and Nasty Plot Behem. So that's a team. My opponent is using something that looks beatable. I mean, it's pretty offensive as well. He's a Quagsire and a Cryogonal as his defensive core. Not sure if I really like that, because as soon as something is mixed, it completely screws over the entire defensive core. But you know, I decided to lead off with Gorgeist because it has a good matchup against everything except Mortar, and I do have 2 switches for that. So I decided to set up my Trick Room like first turn as he goes for substitute with his Kling Klang, and now he wants to set up in my face and I'm like, nah, I'm having none of that. So I'm just gonna hit him up with a Foul Play just to break that substitute, because he probably thought maybe I was mono attacking with Giga Drain, and if I was, then I would have been in a world of trouble turn 1 right here. But he goes for Shift Gear. That is not a great play. Well, yeah, obviously it's gonna happen a bit slower, but he decides to switch out because he sees my my Foul Play coming. I kind of predict that, so no, yeah, I do go for Will-O-Wisp right here. I don't really predict a switch. I just wanted to get the burn on a Kling Klang, but he switches out into Cryogonal, and that's good for me. So I get a safe switch to Hariyama right here as he freeze dries, and that does absolutely nothing. I'm not even thick fat. I Guts. So he goes into Quagsire as I close combat because I figure, you know what, there's no harm in close combat right here, but Quagsire eats that up. And so since Quagsire is still around, that guy doesn't do a whole lot. So I go into Samurai, and I know he wants to predict a Grass Knot right here, so I go for a Hydro Pump, predicting a switch and it's something that can take it. For example, Dismiss Mages. So that's cool. And I just decide, you know what, I'm just gonna kill this thing. But he decides to Destiny Bomb me. I didn't see Destiny Bomb coming. It was a very unfortunate situation right there. And Samurott goes down, and Samurott was actually a key member in this battle because it would have done a lot to Taurus, would have killed a Mortar in a hit, would have actually done a lot to Quagsire since I had Grass Knot actually OHKO'd it. So it was a very valuable member. But now we find ourselves in this Hariyama versus Mortar situation where he's kind of forced to switch out. I predicted Quagsire switch and I figure, you know what, I can't really do anything in close combat, so how about we just knock off them leftovers. I get a swift switch in a Gorgeist that swiftly dodges the Toxic, which actually might come to play a role. He predicts my Wisp, goes into my Mortar. I mean, even if he had predicted my Will-O-Wisp or whatever. So I go into Hariyama as he predicts that as well and goes for Psychic and actually ends up destroying my life. So I'm forced to switch again. I go into Carbink as Psychic again. I do roar him out with a red card, but my def is lowered and Kling Klang comes in. It's not a great situation. So I go back into Gorgeist as he sets up his Shift Gear instead of a substitute. I thought he would set up a substitute right here, but he goes to Shift Gear and he actually sets up a substitute right now as I Foul Play once again because I figured there's no point in not doing that and I don't want him to be behind a sub on my Wisp or whatever. So it goes for Gear Gun and he misses, which is reasonably big. But I go for Leech Seed. Once again, I do kind of force him out. He doesn't want to stay in. He doesn't want to take part of this as he goes into my Mortar. As I figure, you know what, I'm just going to set up a Trick Room because I feel safe in Trick Room. And now I just go back to Hariyama because I'm sacking this. Hariyama is completely pointless when Quagsire is still at a decent amount of health, which is the case right now, so I decide to sack Hariyama. Not in the best position, but I go into Carbink because I figure, you know what, rocks are going to be useful this game. And this Carbink is actually Suicide Lead, so I do decide to explode into Kling Klang's face, which does absolutely nothing. Carbink is not something you want to hit up with Explosion, but he gets behind a substitute, which isn't great, but as we've seen, I can't go into Gorgeist, which completely walls the living shit out of this one. And if I would have been toxic, that would have been pretty bad. I probably would have lost this battle on the spot right here. I go for foul play. He's just gonna switch again into his Diagonal. I kind of predict some sort of a switch. No, I just decided to go for Trick Room. Now I get a safe switch to my Mawile, since Diagonal can't really touch that thing in the slightest. So that's what's gonna happen. He goes for Rapid Spin, predicting my switch and a Mawile, which was a very good play on his part. I was actually quite hesitant predicting a Rapid Spin, him for predicting my switch, but I go into Behemoth right here, predicting him to go into Quagsire. I just want to fire off a Psychic on something that's going to come in, and that is going to take a shit ton. Here, I didn't want to stay in, because here I switch. Look at the scenario. Because I don't want my Mortar to come in right here, because my Mortar, as soon as it comes in on my Behemoth, it actually just gets a kill with Hill for Fire Blast. I don't want anything to die. So what I do right here is actually just get a safe switch to my Mawile, and let him go down to Burn. So that's what I do. I go to Mawile as he recovers, so that's a tiny bit unfortunate, but he can't stay in, because even if he recovers again, an Iron Hat will guarantee kill him. So I predicted actually switching a Quagsire, so I go for Play Rough right here, but he goes into my Mortar, and that does a shit ton, to the point where Sucker Punch definitely is going to be able to take it out. That crit did not matter in the slightest. So he's gonna go into his Taurus right here, and he predicts my switch into the Gorguys pretty nicely by going for the Zen Headbutt. Fortunately for me, he doesn't have Fire Blast on his Taurus, because otherwise he would have definitely gone for it right here. But he decides not to. I go for Trick Room, and this is the point where I kind of stalled Taurus. I do survive the next Zen Headbutt. I get Leech Seed damage back. I do end up burning him, and it's really good for me. So Gorguys is going to be able to stay alive. I get more Leech Seed recovery than he can really do to me. So he decides to switch out as I predict that, and I go for another Leech Seed right here, predicting him to switch into either, yeah, probably this guy. So as a decent play on my part. I mean, I still have my Mawile intact, so I can go easily into my Mawile right here, as he does actually end up predicting now by going into his Kling Klang. I do Fire Blast on Mawile, so I decide, you know what, I don't want you to set up a substitute, I'm just gonna Fire Blast your ass. But he actually ends up Gear Grinding and just straight up sacking his Kling Klang right here. I didn't expect that, it just happened. Goes into Quagsire. I mean, I can't really switch anything in. As soon as Gorguys get burned, that's actually going to be really bad. So I go into Behemoth right here, and I just set up a Trick Room, because I feel safe in Trick Room, and this is where things are gonna get bad for him, because I set up a nasty plot on the Taurus, which is burned, so I can set up one of those, freely kill it with a Psychic. He wants to go into Quagsire, actually try and outstall me, going for Recover, but this Psychic does 73%. This is probably unaware Quagsire, so he figured he could live one. No, it is probably max defense Quagsire, so you can't really live one of those. And last but not least, Diagonal won't be able to take me out in a single hit. He actually decides to go for Toxic for no specific reason, but that allows Behemoth to take it out. And that's gonna be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed this team. I'm actually thinking of doing a live with this one. Maybe change the thing up left and right, because I've only played one battle, as I said, with this team, and that was actually this battle. So, but I really enjoyed this battle, so I figured I should share it with you guys. And that was it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.